Hello, I'm ArchieLuxury. Welcome to the program Fuckers. And my good friend, Andy Hunter, from the Adricos channel, he sent me a question. And normally, you know, I only make videos for money because I don't do shit for free. And, you know, freebies ain't gonna pay my fucking living costs, are they? But Andy sent me a really good question. And I thought, you know, this is worthy of making a video. So, for one, I'm giving Andy credit. Andy Hunter from Adricos, thank you so much. I don't normally do that for free. And I'm going to run with this video idea. And the question is, what the fuck is it? Do I start a family? Or do I buy a luxury watch? What a cool question. And I gotta tell you, I've been in the saddle a few times, been married a few times, and I've also had a few luxury watches. So, do I start a family or do I buy a luxury watch? Very good question. Now, we will take this. Now, Andy hasn't given me any sort of background, like how old, but we're going to just run with this and we're going to take a few generalizations. So we'll assume this is a mid-20s, mid to late 20s, early 30s sort of guy. Does he marry his sweetheart? Or does he buy a really good luxury watch? We're talking big money. Let's put a figure on it. Let's put a big figure on it. And so he's probably got one or two luxury watches already, like he might have an Explorer 2 or a Submariner or an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. But fuckers, we're going to go into the serious collecting mode. $20,000 US, that would get us, that'd get us a second-hand Patek. It'd get us something nice in Vacheron, a lot of nice Audemars Piguet. It'll get us a fuck-off solid gold Rolex. So let's ask the question. Do you start a family or do you buy a super luxury watch? Very good question. So let's just look at it. He's got a girlfriend. She's got a little job. And does he go the next step? So what's it going to cost him? So he says to her, will you marry me? Okay, so he's going to fork out. He's going to have to buy a 1/2 carat to 3/4 carat diamond ring as the engagement ring. He's probably not going to have Archie's contacts, so he's going to pay high, unless he goes to Blue Nile. And he would probably be spending about, let's pick a figure, $4,000 to $5,000 US. Then he says to darling, let's get married and live happily ever after. And the scam begins, because what happens then is the wedding itself. It's probably going to cost, you can spend big money on a wedding, $20,000 to $30,000 just on the wedding. And she probably doesn't have that much savings. That's the man's responsibility. You wanted to marry me, honey. You know? So what do? And my advice is, if you are in a position, do you start a family or get a luxury wristwatch? Now we're not talking, let's just put the perimeters here. We're not talking about buying a Breguet Type 20. No, that's just the engagement ring. Okay? That's just the engagement. We're not talking about a Reverso Grande. No. That's just the honeymoon costs. No. We're talking, do you start a family? So how much money would you be coughing out here? Well, I'll show you. I will show you. This is about 16 and a half US. 16 and a half US. There we go. The Grail. The Gold Submariner. Look at that. So many people, this is so unattainable. It's a Gold Submariner. Wowzers, a Gold Submariner. But hang on a minute. What do you think a snazzy wedding is going to cost? What do you think it would cost? And what do you think you're going to be spending? Hey? So, I tell you what. You know something realistically? Buying. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. So we're asking the question. Do you start a family or buy a luxury watch? No, you seem to have missed the point. You're not getting it, okay? See, let's physically put this up here. Okay, so you say to Missy, you say, darling, would you marry me? There you go. That's the Breguet second hand. Okay? The Breguet Type 20 second hand. Darling, would you marry me? Here's the ring. So you've got the Breguet. 12 months later, you have to have a wedding. You've asked her to marry you. And that's another 15,000. Photographers, wedding dress, reception, car hire, oodles and oodles of stuff. There we go. 15 to 20 US on top of the engagement ring. And then you've got to go on a honeymoon. You've got to have a honeymoon. There we go. So here we go. We've got the wedding ring, we've got the wedding, and we've got the honeymoon, and we haven't even started the real fun yet. So as time goes on there, what you basically will be doing, fuckers, is if you choose to start a family, see, she'll move in for a little while. You do own a place, don't you? Oh, you have to get a mortgage. You'd have to sign up to the 25 to 35 year plan. It's called a mortgage. And every year you're with her, your honey, your sweetheart, your darling, your one that you just spend all night talking to until you drop off to sleep. Every year you're with her, you'll need to buy her a birthday present, a Christmas present, Valentine's Day. Oh, and you want to have children. You're not going to use contraceptive. You're not going to use contraceptive? I hope you're not following the Catholic Church's billing methods. Okay, you better pull out. You better pull out now, fuckers. Because every year when you're having children, the opportunity cost... Well, let's not talk about opportunity cost. Child care, if she's still got a job, and she needs to go to the tennis club with her girlfriends. If you're in an upper social class, every year you will be giving one of these away. And that's not, if you go into a private school, you give 2 away every year. So, fuckers, the question is, do you start a family or buy a luxury watch? That is completely the wrong question. The question is, do you start a family or start a massive collection? A massive collection. That's what it should have been worded. Because one luxury watch isn't going to pay for the cost of a family. You need to give one of these away every year. And don't worry, the kids will be so appreciative They'll be so thankful. She'll be so exciting in 10 years' time. After giving 10 of these away, 10 years' time, she'll be, I don't think this is working, darling. You don't seem to have time for me. You are only interested in yourself. You're always at work. We don't talk anymore. You don't have time for me. I don't feel loved. Do you love me? And then what'll happen is she'll take most of the marital assets. And if you've got kids, she'll take 70% to 80%. There's something called alimony, child support. So to answer that question, Andy Hunter from Adrikos, you've said it all wrong. Do you start a family, or do you give one of these away each year until the divorce, when they take everything? I'm ArchieLuxury, answering the dilemmas in life. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Nice one, Archie. Jesus Christ, that's scary.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece, we adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. and 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.